Hey friends, I wanted to pop on and talk to you about healing when you have extreme midlife burnout. And actually, if you have any kind of chronic health condition where you feel like, nothing is working and you're almost giving up or feeling like taking medicine for the rest of your life is probably what your fate is. And I wanted to say that the thing about it is that when you're dealing with burnout, I've said a lot on podcast episodes that if you just help calm your nervous system, that's going to make a huge difference. And one of the things I wanted to clarify is that that's just the beginning point, because when your nervous system is dialed in and you're actually turning on your body's ability to recover, and also you're turning on your brain's thinking capacity, because when you're in fight flight, you're either in fight, flight, freeze, and fawn, or rest, digest, and recovery. That's an oversimplification. We're always in some spectrum, and it's one's not bad over the other. We want to be able to move from one to the other, and context matters, right? If you're in a state of fight, flight because something's dangerous happening in real time, you want to be able to be there. But you also at some point want to be able to get into that rest and digest. And I will contend that a lot of us have not been able to get back there because we're always in some continuum of fight, flight, freeze, or even fawn, which is like going around appeasing people and trying to take care of everybody else. And so, yes, nervous system is really important, but ultimately, in order to reach that state of healing, you want to address both your nervous system, which is the doorway in, and also your biology, because your biology is also impacting your nervous system and your body's ability to be able to recover from whatever it's struggling with. Let's say burnout. Your biology is what gives informs your ability to generate the energy to be able to respond to life emotionally and physiologically. So, coming from a functional background, I have focused historically mostly on your biology. And so the missing link was to look at your emotions, your nervous system, and your habits and belief systems that are also driving stress and not being able to get into that safety, rest, digest, and recover mode. So it's looking at both, and they're bi-directional. Your biology impacts your emotions and psychology, and your emotions and psychology impact your biology. So when you start bringing both back online, that's when healing recovery happens more quickly. And something else is, it's not just about the nervous system and your biology, but when you get your energy back online through mineral balancing and optimizing nutrition, blood sugar, those kinds of things that we talk about in functional medicine, you're able to actually balance your hormones. You're actually able to have detoxification happen. So the receptors for hormones and other things that your body needs to be able to function and optimize and heal come back online. And then when you're also working with your nervous system, you set your body up in a state of being able to recover in the first place. And then the next piece is to work on your habits. Because your habits, day to day, what you do becomes, the outcome of your life. It informs who you are and your quality of life, your results in life, and your health included in all of that. And so that includes like what kinds of habits you have day to day, and also what your beliefs are, because whatever you believe informs how you feel, and that creates what you do, and that creates the outcome in your life. And so all of that comes into play. So it sounds like a lot of moving parts, but you start looking at what's going on in your unique situation. It's all customized. And that's where I think my method and the way I approach really shines, because it actually is more integrative and holistic. We look at your nervous system to get your emotions regulated so that you can start receiving healing, and then you manage those habits, figure out what the negative thought patterns, maybe it's perfectionism, maybe it's not feeling worthy, maybe it's just generally not feeling safe or not feeling entitled to practice self-care, any number of things, perfectionism, black and white thinking, and always looking at like what's coming up next versus being present. All of these things are little things that you don't realize are creating that sense of danger, fight, flight, freeze, and fawn versus healing, rest, and digest. And then on top of the habits and mindset and nervous system, you bring on how your biology is responding to all of this. Bring all of that back in line. I like to start with hair tissue and mineral analysis, look at what's going on with your minerals. And then once you get your minerals balanced, then basically you're able to generate energy. Literally, minerals are the spark plugs to your life to be able to generate energy to respond to life. Because a lot of times when we become so depleted, every little thing becomes like a big deal, because when you have no energy, it really is a big deal because it's hard to respond. And then we feel lack of motivation and overwhelm. And then we shame ourselves into thinking that there's something wrong with us and there's a character flaw. And so when you get that energy back online, then things begin to shift more easily. Your biology is either working in your favor to healing or against you. Your emotions are either working in your favor for healing or against you. And your habits and your belief systems that were instilled in you since you were really little and that taught you how to do life, and it's helped you get this far. But at some point, we realize that in midlife, in burnout, a shift is in order. And this is where I love to work with women to be able to guide you through this process. Sometimes it's daunting to create habit change on your own. And so having an accountability buddy, somebody that you trust, somebody who's walked the path before, find those people in your life, and or work with a practitioner. So, anyways, to find out more about how I work, please continue to follow, subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. I'm really grateful to spend this time with you. And also, if you'd like to find out a little bit about how I work and how one woman helped herself get back into balance through burnout, I'll have a case study I link below where you look at hair tissue and mineral analysis, balance your minerals and nervous system, and also little habit changes, basically what we've been talking about, how that works in real time. And it's able to help you be able to recover from burnout, and from midlife on, you're able to actually live your best life, because that is possible for all of us. And that's what I'm wishing for you. Thanks for following and listening. Have a blessed day, and see you again soon.